the selfless, strong, motivated, and inspiring women in our community here on the South Shore of Lake Tahoe. We wanted to celebrate amazing women who are making a difference in our community, who are in the daily trenches of doing good deeds, who are showing leadership and dedication beyond themselves, and who are positive role models for us and our children to look up to and learn from. This year, as the theme of our celebration is the power of education in our community, we chose to honor one of the many amazing women who have dedicated their lives to the field of education and to our children. The woman we chose has made and continues to make a difference in many, many lives here on the South Shore of Lake Tahoe. So before I tell you any more, I'm going to make her come up here to listen to it. Because it's really hard to stand in front of so many people alone. So please welcome Karin Holmes, our first
For who?
She might be redder than me, what do you think? So, let me tell you a little bit about Karin, things you probably, some of you might know better than I do. But Karin grew up here in Tahoe. She attended Bijou Elementary School. My children were very impressed. South Tahoe Intermediate School and South Tahoe High School. After finishing her bachelor's degree in physical education and her teaching credential at UC Davis, she returned to Tahoe to begin her career in education. She was a PE teacher and coach for 24 years at both Sierra House Elementary School and South Tahoe Middle School. She then became South Tahoe Middle School's assistant principal for 4 years and is now back at Sierra House as their principal. We have a big Sierra House contingency, but I believe we have a big middle school contingency. And just like typical middle schoolers, they're sitting in the back of the room. Notice those tables are full. She's been involved in education in Tahoe for 29 years and involved in Tahoe all her life. All 29 years, right? Exactly. So, married 2 days after her first day of teaching to Chris. That must have been a busy week. Karin and Chris now have 4 children, Alexis, Brian, David, and Calvin, and they're now raising their grandson Isaiah, who turned 3 in May. So, you know, we could go on and on about all the things most of you already know, but I thought we should get a taste of the real Karin. So who better to ask about one's true self than one's siblings? And here's what they had to say. One of her 3 brothers, Steve, says, he was really nice actually. Steve says, Karin is the most unselfish person I've ever met. She's always about someone else. For example, every time we come to Tahoe, she wants to know what songs we want played at Mass. Also, Karin always gets thoughtful Christmas gifts for everyone in the family, even though she's the one who has the least amount of free time. I have all those presents she ever got me, including a customized marshmallow cooking stick. Okay. Her youngest brother, Jared, wrote, Karin is a worker, a leader, and a role model. She's a mother, a friend, a sister, a daughter, and a grandmother. And in all her roles, she lives with dignity and grace. I did not say that, Jared said that. Do I have to add the quotes? I will add quotes now. Karin's oldest and only sister, Mara, who is here, yay, describes Karin as follows, quote, dedicated. Karin believes in all people. She is very dedicated to whatever it is that she is passionate about. Her family, her school, her kids, her students, her staff, her community. I have known her to drive for hours, taking a mixed array of kids with her to get to a race or a show or a graduation. While few others can figure out how to make it happen, Karin just does it. She's a brilliant pianist and uses her skills weekly to run the St. Teresa's Folk Mass and has done this for years. Most of us only last a few. Karin must be going on 30 plus years. No, she's not. She's only 29.
Oh, really? I'm 30 at least.
She continues, Karin is tireless and her ideas for saving all children are endless.
Oh my
I
God,
can't think
Mona.
of anyone in Lake Tahoe who deserves to be recognized and honored more than my amazing little sister. End quote. And finally, this is a good one. Karin's brother David gives us a real snapshot. Quote, growing up 16 months younger than an overachieving, perfect big sister can be tough. That said, one story lives on as part of the Haas family lore. Shortly after I got my first BB gun, courtesy of Uncle Bob, it was time for target practice, and I found the ideal target. Perfectly round. If I had one of these, I would have brought it, but I don't, because I'm so young. Perfectly round, black, big enough so that I could hit it, and it even had a hole in the middle of it to nail it to a tree. I pumped the gun, probably 10 times more than I should have, and took aim at Karin's prized carpenter record.
No, he said it was the
Alexi, I'll
carpenter.
explain what a record is later. By now, Karin was yelling at me out of her bedroom window. Wow! Perfect shot! The record shattered! Just as the Bijou Elementary School pull-up champion came flying out of the kitchen. This is all in quotes, I want you to know. I'm not sure what happened next, but I was in a world of hurt. She is faster, stronger, and smarter. Looking back, my judgment was not the best. And bottom line, the simple fact that I survived this poor judgment proves that Karin has always had a kind heart. End quote.
You're right, girl.
The Tahoe Women's Community Fund Cabinet chose Karin as our first woman of distinction because she has a lifelong dedication and passion for our children and their education. She's in the trenches now, working day in and day out. She makes every decision from this place of how this is going to be the best for our children, our school, and our community. She listens to everyone. She juggles everything so as to value all ideas from everyone involved. She's ridiculously humble. That's why my speech is so long, because I'll bet hers is short. Tireless and patient. She's also a glass half full person. She is positive and she perseveres. She truly takes lemons and makes lemonade out of whatever life throws at her. And I apologize for all the idioms, but I've never been able to use so many so accurately in such a short speech. She's a true leader in that she brings out the best in everyone else. And finally, Karin Holmes is our first woman of distinction because she has a kind, compassionate, and loving heart. Thank you. We got her a little gift so she doesn't forget to bring in the song. It's a pin, because I know she already has some aspen earrings. It's a little pin, but I can tell I'm getting old because I can't see the pin back anymore, so I just have to give it to her. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. That was actually good stories. There could have been a lot. Thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for the Women's Fund for supporting our community and supporting education the way you do. This is an amazing night. I can't believe I'm standing up here, but I think it's a little stressful, but it is a huge honor, and I think any one of you could be up here in my place. This community, and as Carlene just said, this group of people in this room is a phenomenally strong group of mostly women. Chris likes the odds of finding a date here because there's like 95% women. But it's amazing, and I am up here representing everybody here. I would also like to say that I am here as a product of my amazing mom. She's my mom. She's an educator. She is a lifelong learner, and it never ceases to amaze me how she's always learning new things and coming up with thoughts. She's raised 5 amazing kids who are profoundly impacting the world in each of their arenas. Her view on education is that we must always keep improving, keep working towards the next goal, and keep challenging ourselves and our kids. I guess I've inherited a lot from her. Besides my gray hair. So I tell people all the time I want to be like my mom when I grow up. So someday, maybe. Along with my mom, there are so many people in this community who have helped me grow as an educator and as a person. Some past administrators who pushed me to grow outside of my comfort zone. And here we are, teachers who I've worked side by side with for 24 years, and they have taught me to be a resilient and an effective educator and person. Friends who have never let me be less than I can be. And my family who supported me through all my endeavors. My husband, Chris, who picks up the slack whenever I overextend myself, which is pretty much every day. And lucky for us, he's an amazing cook and a very patient man. So many people have helped me become the person I am today, and I appreciate every single one. How lucky all of us are to live in this small community where we support each other and we encourage each other, and we are there for each other through those good times and those times that aren't so great. It's truly a blessing to live here with all of us together. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about our students who we work with every day in our schools. Over the past 25 years in the education field, I've watched our community change, I've watched our world change. Kids haven't changed so much. Kids still love to play, have tons of energy, have an innate curiosity about the world, and they give us lots of gray hair. Teenagers love to sleep, listen to their own strange music, and engage in what they love to do, and give us more gray hair. Obviously, I have worked with a lot of kids. Our kids are still kids, but they're growing up in a world where societal norms are in constant flux. And when we look at the news, we see disrespectful interactions as a norm. Social media has changed the way our kids relate to each other, and violence is way too commonplace. It's a tough world to grow up in. As educators, we come into the profession believing we can make a difference and we can change the world. What I have learned is that as an educator, kids are tough. They're multifaceted, but gosh, they're amazing, and they're absolutely wonderful. I always hope that I'm having a positive effect on them, but I know that they're having a positive effect on me. We are trained to teach reading, writing, math, science, health, social studies, PE, music, technology skills, and with these topics, we are to instill cooperation, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking, employ our habit strategies, enhance academic vocabulary and conversations, create lifelong learners who can interact on any topic in a deep and meaningful way. Is that true? Wow. And that's just in 6 hours a day. This is all well and good, but it's a little overwhelming. What we really do as educators is we work to make a positive impact on our students and their desire to learn and help them discover what they really love. Our students are why we're here. They shape our quest every day, and as they change and as our world changes, we work to adapt to meet them where they are and help them grow. Through this process, we all grow as individuals, families, as a school, and as a community, and really as a world. So every person in this room plays a vital role in creating our community that empowers our youth and each other. By supporting organizations like the Tahoe Women's Community Fund, by volunteering with our youth, by applying our individual gifts where we can, we become an empowered community. What we can never forget is that we each have power within us. We must continually assess where we are, where we need to go, never forgetting where we have been. We must take time to examine the big picture and determine how our personal talents can make a positive contribution. Will we always be successful? Living proof, no. We won't always be successful, but when we fail, we pick ourselves up, we learn from our mistakes, and we try again. One of my favorite quotes comes from a Franciscan blessing, and it says, "May we be blessed with enough foolishness to believe we can make a difference in the world, so that you can do what others claim cannot be done. We must never stop believing." Thank you.